Hey, what's up? Nasir Malik here. Welcome to another IoT tutorial. Today I have a bang good tutorial for you. So today we're going to be looking at a Sonoff 4-channel Pro switch. It's a Wi-Fi switch that works with Amazon Alexa and Google Home. And we're going to also be using a RF remote with it. And we're going to walk through it and see how we set it up and figure out how we can incorporate it into our big scheme of things. So before I move forward, I want to thanks Banggood for sponsoring this tutorial. So please go visit their site, and they run specials time to time and coupons, so you can get a discount on the items. So I'm using this Sonoff 4-channel Pro. I also will be demonstrating this 433 megahertz remote control with the Sonoff 4-channel Pro. So I will include all the links in the video description below with the coupon codes and stuff. So let's get into the tutorial. Just to mention, this is one of my one of the favorite top sites where I order my parts and stuff. You know, maybe you find a lot of the stuff. I usually go into electronics and Arduino stuff, and they have a bunch of stuff here that you could take a look at it. And there are a lot of good stuff here. So and go through their site and let me know. I mean, if you want me to do a review or tutorials on any of their products, so please do put them in comments below. I will definitely try to get to it. So let's get back to the tutorial. So let's discuss what we're gonna be doing in this tutorial. So we're gonna set up a mobile app. I'm gonna do Android app. It's similar for iOS to set it up and control the Sonoff switch. We're gonna sync our remote control, the RF remote control, and control the Sonoff with that. We're gonna demonstrate 3 working modes: self-locking, inching, and interlocking. Adjust delay timer from the dip switches there from 1/4 second to a 4 second. From app, you can actually set it up for, you know, you can schedule it for different days and time. Set schedule and countdown timers, and demonstrate controlling it from Amazon Alexa, and if I have a time, I may do a Google Assistant. So this is a typical setup for the Sonoff 4-channel Pro switch. So the way it works is, if you look at it, these are the AC, neutral, and load connectors right here, and you can control up to 4 devices. If you see device 1, 2, 3, 4, and to control these manually from the buttons, they provide these buttons here. These are push buttons. You can control them, press them, turn it on and off, and depends on whatever mode it is, it will behave according to that mode. And on this side, you don't see it, but there are LEDs on it and status power light on it, and they will light up showing which channel is on or off. So so the way you hook this thing up, it's very simple. So you're going to connect the neutral wire to this connector right here. It says N on it, and then you would do is connect your load wire to this load pin right there, or connector. I'm not using the correct color combination how it presented in, you know, when you're wiring AC voltage. I'm doing this so it's visible in the video, so that's why I'm picking these colors. So next, what you need to do is once you connect these, this is basically powers up the module right here, device, and you can actually sync it with your install the app on your phone and sync it, and you can control individual switches at this point, and the lights will come on and off. So to connect the devices, I have these 4 bulbs here, and it could be anything, any devices here. So basically you can control AC from 90 to 250 volts in here, and DC 5 to 24 volts. So I'm not gonna get into DC for now, just gonna stick with the AC now. And you can go up to, I think, 10 amp load on this. So it works only with 2.4 gigahertz B, G, and N routers. It won't work with 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi routers. To connect the devices, it's very simple and easy to do. So connect the hot wire to middle pole on all 4 devices. If you're not using all 4, just provide it to the ones you're going to be using. So by default, this middle pole is connected to this pole right here, and this one is open. It's not connected. So when you give a command, the relay switches and it connects the middle pole to this. So this is true for all 4 of them. So any device that is connected to this pole right here, by default, when you turn it on, by default, it'll be turned off. If you needed to have it turned on by default, then you connect it there. So what's next, what you need to do is you need to connect each device with this pole, since we want this to be turned off by default. And when we give a command, it needs to be turned on. So it's the same thing for the rest of them. You connect all of these 4 devices like that. Next you need to do is to route the neutral wire to the devices. So this is pretty simple setup. This is how you will set it up and for operate anything from 90 volt AC to 250 volt AC. And it could be light bulbs, fans, or any other devices that you have. So also, I mean, it doesn't have to be device. It could be your outlets. You can connect your outlets to it and power your outlets, and then you can have devices connected to it that can be controlled. So here I have a plug that is hooked up to 2 wires. I'm going to connect these 2 wires to the Sonoff switch. So one will go into load. Press this pin and push the wire in. That's it. Make sure it's snug. Take the other wire, put it into the neutral. Press it down and push the wire in, and that's it. Make sure it's snug. And we're gonna go ahead and plug it into the power strip. There we go. I'm gonna turn it on, and you can see the light blinking. So by default it is in inching mode. If I press the button, it will light up for a few seconds and it turn off each channel. So let's install the mobile app and sync it. So what you need to do is go to the Play Store and find EV Link app, and you need to install it, and it'll take a little bit. And once it's installed, open the app and then select your country and type in a email, and once you do type in email and click next, and it's going to send you email verification code. Go to your email, get that, and type it in here, and then type in your password and confirm password. And once it's done registering, you can log in with your email and password, and now you're ready to add the Sonoff device. So you click on this plus button to add a Sonoff device, and it's now in pairing mode. So what you need to do is you need to press any of the one of those buttons, R1, R2, R3, R4, and you need to press it and hold it down like for 5 seconds. I mean, you can read, it says that. And then when you see the LED flashing rapidly, you can let it go, and now you're in a sync mode. And then you can click next and enter the Wi-Fi name. Make sure you select 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi router. It won't work with 5 gigahertz. Just click next, allow, and then you wait until it configures your device. It will take a couple of minutes. We're just going to wait for it now, and it's registering now. And now I'm going to give a name. You have to give your device a name. So let me see what I'm gonna call it. I will name it NetMedias 1 and click complete. Say OK, and now you're synced up, and you can click on the button and you'll see the light coming on and going off. So okay, so now we're done with installing the mobile app and configuring it and syncing Sonoff. So let's sync the RF remote control next. Okay guys, so we're gonna sync our RF remote right here. with this Sonoff 4 channel Pro. It's very easy to do. You can see it's already plugged in and light is up. So there on this remote, basically there are 4 buttons, as you can see, A, B, C, and D. So it's very easy to sync this remote to this device. So what we need to do is to be able to sync each one of these buttons right here. That means syncing each of these relays to 4 buttons on the remote, and you can sync it to any one of these buttons. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sync the R1, which controls the R1 relay right here, sync it to A button right there. So what you need to do is quickly press this button twice, and then press and hold this button down for a little bit, and you should see a green LED lighting on here for that channel. So what I'm going to do, 1, 2, and then I'm going to press this, and you can see it is synced up, and you saw the green LED. Now if I click on it, I can control that channel, but other buttons don't really do anything because they're not synced up. So let's sync the R2 again to the B button. So you have to press this quickly twice, and then you press this and hold it for half a second or second, and then it'll connect. So right now if I press this button, it doesn't do anything. So I'm gonna do 1, 2, and then I'm gonna hold, and there you go, it's synced up. That's how it is. So but if you wanna clear these sync, these buttons, and you don't want this remote to be used for this device anymore, you can simply open up. There are 4 screws here, and you can simply open up, and this button right here, let me show you guys. I want to be careful because it's live. So this button right there, hope you guys can see, you press it down until all the LEDs light up, and then I go off. That's it. Now it's basically it clears the syncing code from the remote. So now if I press these buttons, it won't do anything. By default, my device is in inching mode. So what it means is when I press a button, it turns on a channel or this relay for 1/4 of a second with the current setting, and then it turns it off automatically. So if you look at it, all the channels are gonna work similarly. So now for take it out from the inching mode and put it into the self-locking mode, I simply need to turn it off and change the S6 switch to 0. There we go, like that. And I put it back, and now I'm going to turn it on. You can see LEDs coming on. So when it's on, okay, now it's on. So now if I press a button, it comes on and it stays on, but it's in interlocking mode. What interlocking means is the at any given time the one channel is on. If you try to turn on the second or third or fourth channel, it's gonna turn off the channel that is on and turn it the one you pressed back on. So what I mean is the channel 1 is on currently right now, like that, and it is gonna stay on. So I'm gonna press is channel for the switch 2, and it's gonna turn on the relay 2, but it's gonna turn off the relay 1. So watch, and you can see it turned off this LED, and it turned off this relay, and then turned this one on. Same way for the third one or the fourth one. So this is in interlocking mode. So to get this out of the interlocking mode, it's very simple and easy. You turn it off, and look at the K5 switch right there, and you will see right there. And I'm gonna turn this back to on position. They're off right now. So this is K5 on, 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 on. Also, what I need to do other than turning these on, I need to put this S6 into on position like that. After that, turn it back on. And now I'm going to press channel 1. It's going to come on. Now I'm going to press the channel 2. And it's going to stay on. I'm going to press the channel 3. And that's going to stay on. And I'm going to press the channel 4 and that will stay on. This is self-locking mode. So all 4 channels are going to stay on indefinitely unless I go back and turn one of them off, or any one of them off. And this is self-locking mode. So one thing to keep in mind, that you can mix self-locking in inching mode, but you cannot mix it with interlocking. So let me demonstrate that. So I'm gonna turn it off, gonna pick it up, and I want channel 1 to turn on and automatically turn off in a quarter of a second, whatever the setting you have set in the dip switches. It's gonna turn it off from here, so I can do that. So I'm going to turn it to the off position, and I'm going to turn it back on, and now you can press channel 1. Channel 1 come on and it turns off automatically, but other 3 will be in self-locking, so you can turn them on and off and they will hold that position. Even though you're seeing these LEDs going on and off, and you can hear the relay switching also, I have not connected any devices because it complicates things. So okay guys, for this tutorial, this is it. In the next tutorial for this Sonoff 4ch, I'm going to include some of this, the Raspberry Pi. As we discussed in one of the previous tutorials, we're going to be creating a hub, and we're going to try to figure out how we can use this Raspberry Pi with this Sonoff 4ch and somehow control this switch from this Pi. We're going to see if it is possible to do it with the original firmware to control this Sonoff 4ch. Otherwise we'll flash our own sketch into it, and then we'll try to control it from Pi and do something like that. So in next tutorial we will also demonstrate how to set it up with Alexa and Google Home and control this Sonoff 4ch from the both devices. Please leave your comments below and let me know what you like and what you don't like about this tutorial, so that will help me to improve this channel. So until next time, bye.